Okay. So we have started the second chapter, that is physical quantities and measurement. Okay, please switch off your cameras so that others can see the video in full screen. Okay. So whenever you having any doubt in whatever you studied?
No, sir.
So
No, sir.
okay, we have discussed physical quantities first. Okay, in physical quantities we are discussing density. That is how we are going to measure this physical quantity. That is how are we going to measure density. Okay, so regular solids we have discussed, that we have measured last year as well. Okay, first we discussed, for example, we have regular solids. Okay, any example of regular solid? Cube, cuboid, cylinder, okay, etc. Okay, cone and etc. Mainly these three are mainly. Okay, and how we measured? What is density? Mass upon volume.
Mass
Mass
upon
upon
volume.
volume.
Okay, mass we can measure using beam balance. Mass we can measure using beam balance. Okay, we measured mass using beam balance. Put the weight here, here our body, and we have measured the mass. Mass is clear. Mass in kgs or grams we have measured. Okay. Now what we require to measure the volume. Since body is a regular solid, since the solid is a regular one, so volume we can simply measure the dimension and we can calculate the volume. Okay. For example, it's a cube, then side cube. Cuboid, it will be length into breadth into height. Cylinder, how we can measure? What is
Length
the area of the
into
base?
height.
Cylinder now, for example, radius is r and height is h. So what is the radius of the, what is the area of the base? Pi r square. Okay, and this is repeated how many times? H times.
Pi r
This area is
square
repeated
into h.
h. Okay, see here what we are doing. This is the area of the base, and area of the base is repeated how many times? H times. That will give us the volume of the cylinder. Understood? The base repeated h times. That will give us the volume pi r square. Similarly here, length and breadth repeated h times. Okay. So we have got the volume. Then we discussed units of density. Okay, what is the SI unit of density? SI unit, mass is kg, volume is
Mass
meter.
Meter
kg,
cube.
volume meter cube.
Kg meter cube. Okay. Then we discuss CGS, gram per centimeter cube. How they are related?
Gram
1 gram per
centimeter
centimeter cube equal to 1000
100.
kg. 1000. Okay, we can calculate that one. We have calculated yesterday as well. Okay. Okay. And 1 centimeter cube in ml is how much?
Sir,
1
1000.
ml. See here, 1 centimeter cube, this much cube. Cube of 1 centimeter. This will be our 1 ml. Okay. This will be our 1 ml. And 1 meter cube.
Cube is 1000 ml.
Okay. Okay. In 1 meter
1000.
cube, liters. 1 meter cube, box you take. Box, a cube box, cubic box you take whose side is 1 meter. How many liters you have to put? 1000 liters to fill it. So 1 meter cube equal to 1000 liters. Okay. These all we have discussed. Okay. Have you gone through the numericals?
Yes, sir.
Yes, go
Yes,
through
sir.
them. Okay. Any doubt in numericals anywhere? Anyone have doubt in numericals? Okay, go through them once again, everyone. If you have doubt, ask me tomorrow. Okay. There are many numericals as well we'll be doing soon. Okay.
No, sir.
Okay. So today, okay, regular we did. What if solid is irregular? If solid is irregular in shape, then how we are going to measure density? That is the problem. So how we are going to solve the problem? For example, this time irregular solid is stone. We have to measure the density of the stone. Okay. So to measure the density, we require mass upon volume. Yes or no? Mass we can easily measure. Yes, Himakshi, do you want to ask something? Okay. So mass you can measure using beam balance. So mass we got Yes or no? Mass of the stone we have got by using beam balance. Now the problem is how we can calculate the volume. How we
Sir,
can
can I
calculate the volume. Yes, you can tell.
Volume is equal to
Sir, we will dip the irregular
Okay,
solid in
okay, I got it. That method is called as. That method is called as. What is it called? Displacement method. Why it is called displacement? Because here the stone is going to displace water. It is going to displace. It will move out. It is going to move away the water equal to its volume. Understood? The amount of liquid displaced, amount of water displaced or moved will be same as the volume of the solid, volume of the stone. So we can measure the volume of the liquid displaced, volume of the liquid displayed, or volume of the water moved. Okay, that will be equal to the volume of the stone. Okay, how? Just see here. So we'll be having, okay, now see a stone we have taken. So this solid is heavier than water. Okay, because solid has to dip inside the water, then only we will be able to calculate. If it is not dipping, we will use some other method. Okay, so we are having solid, it is irregular in shape and it is heavier than water. Okay, then we are going to measure the volume of the stone, volume of that solid. This is clear. We are going to measure the volume of that solid. Okay, how we are going to measure? Himaksh, please switch off your video. Okay, so what we are going to do, first we are going to take the measuring cylinder. Okay, we are going to take a measuring cylinder, a very clean measuring cylinder. Okay, so you will say it is calibrated 1 ml. Okay, I'm marking this only. Let's say, for example, it is of 100 ml, a measuring cylinder, so it is calibrated with ml. And here we example for have 50 ml, let it be here. Okay, this is 10, 20, or 40, 30, 20, 10, 60, 70, 80, 90. Okay, okay. 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. We took a measuring cylinder. It is calibrated in ml. They all are in ml. Okay. So what we are going to first we are going to pour water in it. And how much water we have poured? Up to half of the measuring cylinder. Half of the measuring cylinder, we have filled it with water. Okay. So with blue I do this one. Okay. We have filled, for example, we have filled up to 50 ml. Okay. 50 ml we have filled it. Okay. Now let it rest. When it becomes steady, we measure the volume. Okay. Let it be V1. Okay. V1 they have taken. Okay. So V1 is what our? It is initial water level. It is our initial water level. Understood? V1 we have taken. Okay. Now what we are going to do? We take the stone, tie it with a thread or a string. We have tied it with a thread or string. Okay. Now we slowly dip in the water. We slowly dip in the water. So what will happen to the water level? It will rise.
Please.
Okay. It will increase. So after some time, what will it become?
70.
Okay. So next one I'm drawing here. Okay. After it will be. This is a measuring cylinder. Okay. Let be here 50. Okay. This time it has moved up to here. Okay. And here is our stone. And the string. Okay. Now we have immersed the stone inside the water, completely immersed. Okay. Completely immersed. For example, earlier it was, okay, 1 minute.
50.
Earlier it was 50 ml. Okay. Now it has become, for example, 70 ml. Okay. 70 ml. And this is our V2. This is the final volume. This is our final volume. Understood this one? Okay, see it again. So what we are going to do, we'll take one measuring cylinder, a very clean measuring cylinder. We'll fill water inside it. Nearly half of half of the measuring cylinder will fill. Okay, and we'll note down that volume. We'll note down that reading. That reading, let it be V1 be the initial water level. Okay. Now what we are going to do, we will tie a thread to the stone, and we'll slowly immerse it inside the water. When it is completely immersed, okay, we have to completely immersed. We are completely immersed. It should not touch the sides and bottom of the pool. Okay. Now, as we are immersing it inside the water, as it is going completely inside, water level keeps on rising. When completely immersed, this water level becomes steady again. Okay. Now we measure the volume, that is final volume. Now see here, this rise in water level. This rise in water level is same as volume of the stone. Yes or no? So amount of water displaced. This much is the amount of water displaced. Okay, I must it more. So you can see this much is the amount of water displaced or moved, yes or no? From its position it is moved. So the volume of this displaced water is same as
20.
volume of the stone. It is same as the volume of the stone. Understood this one? How we can calculate this volume? Volume of
We
the
will
stone.
minus
Okay,
70
volume of the
plus-
displaced liquid equal to final volume minus initial volume. Yes or no? Final volume minus initial volume. What is the final volume here? 70 minus 50. It is how much? 20 ml. This is the volume of the displaced water. And this volume of the displaced water is same as volume of the stone. Understood now? So by displacement method, we have calculated, we have determined the volume of the solid. Which kind of solid? Which is irregular in shape
irregular.
and heavier than water. Heavier than water. Why heavier? Because it must be immersed completely inside the water. Okay, when it is not heavier, we'll have some other trick. Okay, this is clear?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, in this activity, it is told that the stone should not touch walls or the base. Why is it so?
Yes, yeah. Okay. I as well have the doubt. I searched on internet as well. There may be some other reason or not, but I haven't got any answer of that. You as well search on net in anything. But what I think is there, stone is there. It may have some sharp edges or not. So it may tear the sides of the measuring cylinder because it's made of glass. So it may tear it. Okay. Maybe because of that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, there may be some other reason as well, maybe, but I haven't got any information on that. I searched yesterday, I have also got the same doubt. So maybe that's the reason that it should not, because when we are immersing, it may glide across the sides or the bottom. It may, so there may be some sharp edges which may damage our measuring cylinder. Okay,
Okay, sir.
maybe that's the reason. Okay, okay. As well, you all can search over the internet, okay? If you get some other information, please tell me as well, okay? I searched yesterday, but I haven't got any proper answer. Okay, this is clear? To determine the density of a irregular solid, heavier than
Yes.
water and insoluble in it also. If it is soluble, then there will be a problem. Yes or no?
Then we
If
can
it is
take other.
if it is soluble, see here.
We will
If it is soluble, we have discussed earlier in molecular theory. We have discussed one experiment, yes or no? Water up to the brim, we have took, we were adding sugar to it. The water level was not rising. Molecules of the sugar was taking space, intermolecular spaces between the water, okay? You understood that? You remember that one?
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Okay. So that's again one problem. That is, so this solid should be insoluble. So this solid should be insoluble and heavier than water. Okay. Now later on we will discuss. If it is soluble, we will have some other trick. It is lighter than water. We have some other trick. Yes or no? If it is insoluble, it is soluble in water. So what we can do? Anyone in class?
We will tie
We
it
can
with the stone,
we can use
and then
For example, it says we can use some other liquid in which that solid is insoluble. Yes or no? Simple answer. We take some other liquid in which that solid is insoluble. Yes or no?
Sir,
yes.
if we
Yes.
use oil,
Oil we can use for some solids. Yes.
Sir,
In which?
if we will use oil, it has more density. So will it affect the volume of the
See
stone?
here how it is going to affect the volume. The amount of displaced volume will be same as the volume. We are calculating volume only. We are not discussing density. So it is displacing volume. If we take the oil, again the volume of the displaced liquid. Listen here, what I'm saying, volume of the displaced liquid. Any liquid you take, it will be same as the volume of the solid. Okay. So
Yes.
any liquid you can take, volume will displaced will be same. It is not going to make it to be compressed or expand. Okay, because it will rise. Okay, atmospheric pressure is same, so it is not going to compress or do anything those all.
sir,
Okay,
there
this is
is
clear.
one more solution for this. Sir, in book,
Yes.
we will tie the lighter object
Okay, that's for
to
the
the
heavier
stone.
one. Okay, that we'll discuss afterwards. I'm asking for insoluble only. That we'll do it afterwards. Heavier. If it is lighter, then we'll discuss it afterwards. Okay. This is clear. Insoluble it is. We'll use the liquid in which it is insoluble. Okay. Now there's one more method. Okay. So we have calculated volume of the stream. So now density, mass, we already calculated using beam balance. And this we have already calculated. V2 minus V1 using measuring cylinder. Okay. Now we can use one more method
sir,
is there.
use
Eureka.
lighter object by formula.
That we will be discussing afterwards. Lighter object. Okay. So till now we are discussing solid object heavier than water, insoluble in water. Okay. If that object is soluble, that solid is soluble, we use some liquid in which it is insoluble. Okay. Now there is one more method to measure the volume of the solid. Okay. Either we use the measuring cylinder or now we are going to make the use of Eureka can. Okay. So see a Eureka can is like this. Okay. And there is a spout. That is one outlet is there. Okay. So what we are going to do, we put the Eureka cane on some height. So on some wooden block, we have placed Eureka can. Okay, this is Eureka can. Okay. Now what we are going to do, we'll put measuring cylinder. Okay, here we have put measuring cylinder. Okay, again calibrate it. Okay. Now we are going to fill water in the Eureka can. Okay, keep filling, keep filling, keep filling till it starts to what it should do till it starts to flow through the spout. This is the spout. So water starts to flow through the spout and it will be collected in the measuring cylinder. This is fine. So now we'll stop. Now after some time, what you say, this level will come up to here. Okay. And no more water drifts into the measuring cylinder. No more water drifts into the measuring cylinder. Okay. This is fine. Okay. Now what we are going to do, we are going to remove this measuring cylinder, pour this water out. Okay. Clean it, perfectly clean it, dry it, and place it again. Okay. Understood now? So this is empty for present. This is empty for present. 0, 5, 10, 15, let's say. This is empty. Now, again, we are going to tie the stone with a thread and immerse inside the liquid. As we are immersed inside the liquid, what is going to happen? The water will overflow through the spout. It will be collected in the measuring cylinder. It will be collected in the measuring cylinder. Understood this one? So after some time, you will see no more water dripping. Okay. And here the level has
Yes,
become steady. Yes.
sir, that if we tied with a rope, the rope volume also will become.
Yes. Yes. We are tying with a thread or a string. It's very small, very thin string. Okay, so its volume we can avoid. It's to be little bit very less, very less, negligible. Okay, we are avoiding. Okay, it's a very thin thread or very thin string. So its volume we are neglecting. Okay, that was a good question. So its volume is going to come for sure, but we are neglecting that one. Okay, you can see the thread used for strings. By that you can tie. Okay, if it is a big stone, tie with a little stone. But as compared to the size of the stone, the string volume will be very less. Okay, so now it becomes steady, and let this volume be V. Let this volume be V. So now how we can measure density? Density equal to mass upon volume. Mass we already measured using the imbalance. Volume we have measured here using Eureka-Can experiment. Understood? So either you can use the Eureka-Can experiment or only the Meson cylinder experiment. That is displacement method. Both are displacement method only. Understood now?
Yes.
Okay, go through them once. Go through them once, everyone. Okay, I'm giving you 2 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes. Take 2 or 3 minutes and go through them. Everyone go through them. Go through each and every line. Okay, if you haven't understood anything. Okay, so we were determining density of solids. Okay. Okay, see here what we are calculating? Density. Okay, and density is nothing but mass upon volume. Okay, mass we calculated using beam balance. Whatever solid it doesn't matter. We have used beam balance to calculate that one. Okay, so mass no issues, but volume becomes issues. So we will use different methods. So volume, how we have measured? If it is regular solids, okay, if it is regular solid, again no issues. We measure the side and use the formulas. Okay, this we have discussed. Now volume we are measuring when it is irregular. Irregular, okay. Irregular, then it is insoluble in water. Insoluble in water. Okay. And okay, here only we do. Insoluble in water as well, heavier than water. Okay, plus heavier than water. Okay. So what all we have used? Displacement method. Okay. We have used okay, that was for that one also lighter so we have okay, displacement method, for example. Okay. So Meson cylinder and Eureka-Can. And here the liquid used is water. Yes. Yes or no? Water we have used. Now, for example,
Yes,
that irregular solid, it is heavier than water. It is heavier than water, but soluble. But soluble. So here we have to change the liquid. That liquid will be some other liquid in which it is insoluble as well as heavier than water, heavier than that liquid. Okay, this is clear. It is insoluble in that liquid. Okay, if it is soluble in water, okay, this is clear. Now That irregular solid is lighter than water,
Lighter than water.
but insoluble.
Insoluble.
But insoluble in water. If it is lighter, so now what we are going to do, how we are going to measure, okay?
Lighter in the water.
Again, we will use the displacement method only. In all, we are using displacement method only. Yes or no? It's the displacement method only. We can change the liquid, okay? Or the wave method as well we can change. But overall, every method is nothing but displacement method, okay? Okay, now our solid is lighter than water. Now if we dip it in water, what will happen? It will what it will do? For example, this is water. If I put a cork here, what it will do? Some part will be inside water, some part will be outside. We won't be able to calculate the volume of the cork. So how we can? It must be completely dipped inside the water, completely immersed inside the water. So we have to apply some force. And how we are going to apply?
We will tie it
By
with a object which is dipped in
Okay,
this
okay. So
water.
we are going to do that experiment. Okay.
tying it with the higher irregular solid.
Higher, heavier. Little heavier solid. Okay,
Heavier.
which is heavier than water. Okay. So this time, take the measuring cylinder. Okay. And marking are there. Okay. Water we have poured up to this level, for example. Initially, water we have poured up to this level. Okay. Now we tied is torn to the string. Okay, I'm using red. Okay, red and immersed inside the water. What will happen to the water level? Water level, as we are immersing inside the water, it rises and let it be this
Right.
volume. Okay, let it be the volume. Let the volume be V1. Okay, V1, V2, V2 they have taken. Okay, 1 minute. V1, V2 they have taken. Okay. Initially, the volume was V1. As we have tied it to the string to the stone and immersed it completely inside the water, okay, the
water
volume
level
rises to V2. Okay, so this is the volume of the stone. V2 minus V1 is the volume of the stone, but we don't require it. Okay, because we want to find the volume of a cork. Of a cork we want. Stone we don't want, so it is of no use. Okay, now what we are going to do, we'll take out the stone and tie this cork on the string. Okay, we'll tie the cork on the string as well. Okay, and again dip it together. This time stone we have, here cork we have. This is lighter than water and both are tied with string. Okay. Now what you are going to see, as you are dipping inside, the water level is rising. Okay. As stone completely dipped, it comes to V2. Now as cork starts to dip, it comes to, for example, here. Okay, this is V3. This is V3. Okay. Now you can see this. This is okay. We can remove these all. This is our stone, and this is cork. Both are completely immersed inside water. So whatever volume level has displaced, that will be equal to the sum of these volumes. Okay. And we have to find only the volume of the cork. So volume of the cork will be what? V3 we have when both are there. V2 when only stone is inside. So volume of the cork will be how much?
The volume of the stone minus no.
So
Here,
V1
here.
plus V2 minus V3.
No.
V1
Listen
minus
again.
V3 minus V2.
V3 minus V2. Okay, see it how you are doing. See here, when we have dipped the stone, the volume has rose to V2 level.
V2.
Yes, V2. Now this cork volume is there only. This cork volume we have to calculate. Now when cork is dipping, the level is rising to V3. Yes or no? So this change in volume from V2 V3 is because of cork. Yes or no? Change in volume from V2 to V3. It is from which object? The cork. Yes or no? It is because of cork only. This change in volume from V2 to V3, it is because of cork only. Have you understood this one?
Yes.
So volume of
Yes,
cork
sir.
is nothing but V3 minus V2. V3 minus V2. This will be the volume of the cork. Have you understood, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Okay, go through it once. If you have any doubt, we'll end here.
Sir, can we leave the meeting?
Yes, you can leave the meeting. So till this, we stop. Okay. Are we having tomorrow? We having class. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Okay. Do study this one and try to study as well the density of a liquid. How do we measure the density of the liquid? Okay. We are using one special bottle here. Okay. So this chapter is
Thank
very
you, sir.
easy. It's very practical as well. You can do the practicals at home as well with a mug or something like that. Or you have measuring cylinder in kitchen. You can use that one. You have measuring cylinder in kitchen.
Yes, sir.
You can use that one. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. Bye, sir.
Okay, bye.